President of the Fatima Family Apostolate and the host of the Fatima Family Book Review. Today I'm reviewing a book called A Catechism of Church History by Father Robert J. Fox. And I want to start out with the beef of the book and go through the table of contents with you. The first chapter, the Advent of the Church. Second chapter, the Church of the First Century. Third chapter, the Church persecuted and defended. The fourth chapter, Church and State, Fathers of Church and Heresies. Chapter 5, the early constitution of the Church. Chapter 6, the barbarian invasions and the downfall of the Roman Empire. Chapter 7, Mohammedanism and the Christian Crusades. Chapter 8, the temporal power of the popes, church and state in the Middle Ages. Chapter 9, the Greek Schism and the Apostolic Succession. Chapter 10, the High Middle Ages, a time of faith and achievement. Chapter 11, Pearls of the Church in the Decline of the Middle Ages. Chapter 12, the disunion of Christians and the Protestant Revolt. Chapter 13, Catholicism advances in the New and Old Worlds, the Catholic Offensive. Chapter 14, the aftermath of the religious revolt and the birth of the French Revolution. Chapter 15, the Catholic Church in the 19th and 20th century. This book on the Catholic Church is more than a history book. It contains much of the faith and traditions of the Church during its 2,000-year history. It was felt that such a book is needed for modern Catholic youth and today's adults in the post-Vatican II Church as they enter the third millennium. In this way, one could be assisted in understanding his or her Catholic identity with the faith of our fathers, with the faith of the centuries, and recognize the true face of Catholicism. Occasionally during this book, traditions have been incorporated which have been part of our Catholic heritage during its 2,000 years. It is true that not every tradition is the same as defined divine faith, but the mode in which the faith has often been handed down is tied up in customs and traditions very clear to Christians throughout the centuries. While it is not defined as divine faith that St. James came as the apostle to Spain, yet the legends and traditions handed down from centuries and the practices approved yet today, such as a venerating his relics in Santiago and the granting of the Jubilee indulgence whenever the feast of St. James falls on a Sunday, which makes the entire year a holy year in Spain, with millions of pilgrims passing through the holy door of the Basilica. All this is part of the Catholic tradition and has a basis in defined history. History verifies the devotion and celebrations of the people for centuries in such observances. The Church itself has approved and encouraged them. The same is true, for example, of Our Lady of Guadalupe in Mexico, and Our Lady of Lourdes in France, and Our Lady of Fatima in Portugal. This book, A Catechism of Church History, is a valuable book and can be used also in our homeschool movement and up in the high school age group. It has a question and answer format after each chapter, so it's a very valuable asset if you want to incorporate this into your curriculum for your homeschooling. And I want to end today by saying thank you for tuning in. This book is available from our order department. It's $10.99 plus shipping and handling. And I want to thank you, and may God bless you, and have a great day.